How you doing? It's Top Notch Barbers here with another video. If you're not already, please like and subscribe to this channel to receive free barber content, free game content. I'll be sharing with you guys the things I learned from my mentors, from the people that I looked up to, and also my own personal experience. So again, if you're not already, please like and subscribe to this channel to receive more free content for barbering. The bigger the dream, the more effort you will have to give. The bigger the dream, the more effort you have to give. A lot of time we do the same thing expecting different results, and it just don't work out like that. You know, it don't even make sense, right? In our barbering career, we come in looking any type of way. We talk any type of way, present ourselves in any type of way, but expecting big results, right? Expecting to go to the next level when we're not even treating ourselves how we're supposed to treat ourselves to take ourselves to the next level. You know, the bigger the dream, the more effort you have to give. You have to be intentional in the way that you dress, intentional in the way that you talk, intentional in how you treat your clients. It's not just about the skills all the time. It's not just about the clippers all the time, even though that's an important thing in our field, in our barbering field. But a lot of times we forget the things that help us grow within those small margins, which is customer service, which is, again, presentation, right? So if you want to reach and go to the next level, you have to do more than what you've been doing. You have to do more than the people that you see, the people that you work with. If you're in a shop, in a barbershop, working in a booth rental model, you have to look at those barbers around in that shop, and you have to figure out what are they doing, and you got to do more. It's I don't want to say it's not a competition, because in a way it kind of is, but it's nothing malicious, right? It's all friendly competitions, but you want to be the best, right? You want to go to the next level, right? You want to have more clients. You want people to come in and see you, right? So what are you doing to set yourself apart from them people around you? For barbers that's in suites, and for barbershop owners that has other barbershops around you, what is you doing to set your business and yourself apart to where people want to come and support you, right? So whatever they doing, you know, research, get information, get intel, figure out what they're doing, and then do more of that. Do it more than them. Not necessarily have to do it better, but do more. It's about consistency. Consistency. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, and do more than your opponents. Do more than your competition. Do more than these other barbers. Because a lot of these other barbers is not getting up early. A lot of these barbers coming to the shop at noon because they lazy, because they've been drinking the night before, they've been partying, spending their money, and not coming in early enough to get the early traffic, to get the real people, the real business people, the real people that's all about time management and things like that. They just bypassing them by because they still in the bed sleep. So by getting at the shop early, you're already doing more than them already. By staying late, you're already doing more than them already, right? You have to do more. The bigger the dream, the more effort you have to give. It's that simple. It's that simple, right? To build your endurance of cutting behind the chair, you're going to have to get up and go to the gym. You're going to have to get up, work on your cardio. You're going to have to get up and go walk. You're going to have to do something to work on your physical well-being to give you the endurance to stand behind that chair, right? You're going to have to turn off the TV and lock in a book to learn or look at educational videos to learn about this industry, your craft, and just business in general. I still to this day look at haircut tutorials. That's just what I do. I have to keep my skills sharp. I have to be sharp mentally, physically, right? You have to do more. You have to put more effort into yourself and into your craft and business to be better. The bigger the dream, the more effort is required. Hard work is required. It's no shortcuts to that. It's no shortcuts to hard work. You have to do the work and put in the time, right? So if you still just want to be average, an average barber, mediocre barber, keep doing what you're doing. Keep coming in to work at noon. Keep leaving early when you think there's no traffic coming through, right? Keep not trying to enhance your barbering skills, right? If you cool where you at, then hey, cool, this ain't for you. But the ones who have big dreams, big aspirations, big goals, you is going to have to put in more effort to reach those goals, to reach those dreams. And it's possible. I'm a living witness. I did it myself. It's possible. You can do anything you put your mind to, right? That is true. That's not fabricated. So again, bigger the dream, the more effort is required. Something I want to talk about today is how to retain clientele, right? As you may notice through my other videos, I display that, how much clients I get monthly, things like that. So I get a high frequent rate of new clients that, book with me, right? But what's important is, how do I get them to come back, right? That's how you build a solid foundation of clientele. So something that I feel is important to retain clientele is being punctual. That's the first thing, being punctual to their appointments, right? So let's just say your first client, 8 o'clock in the morning, right? You don't come to the shop at 8 o'clock, right? You don't even come at 7:45. The minimum is 7:30. That's just minimum. And I say that because coming in for your first client, right, you have to open up for the whole entire day, right? If you have some type of system, you got to boot up your computer, get your system going, get your system generating, stuff like that. If you got a hot towel machine, you got to get your towels ready throughout the day. And that takes probably at least 15, 20, 30 minutes just to get hot off rip, right? So you got to do that, right? You got to have some opening procedures that you do every morning to get your day started. Not just for the first client, but for the rest of the day. So I recommend if you open at 8 o'clock and if your first client is at 8 o'clock, I recommend don't come no later than 7:30 just to get your day started, right? So again, being punctual, right? Whenever you generate your schedule on the timing, meaning so what I generated my schedule on duration of services. So a basic haircut, right? Just basic haircut. I have a duration of 30 minutes. Haircut and beard, duration of 45 minutes, right? But I don't just have that duration set at 30 minutes, speaking just regular haircut at 30 minutes, and have another time slot right under that, because it don't give me no time to clean in that gap, right? So give yourself time. I think it's called like spatial time or wait time. I don't know what it's called, the correct term, but you have to generate your schedule in a time manner to give yourself time to clean. So if your service is 30 minutes, so if you have a client at 8 o'clock, right, and it's just a regular haircut and it's a 30-minute service, your next client shouldn't be at 8:30. You should have it generated to where it give you 5 to a 10-minute gap to clean, or if that person came late, to give you time to still do them and get your next appointment on time. So make sure if you're able to have some type of system with your scheduling to set those time durations, because that is important. Because again, somebody like me and my clientele, I have very important people that their time is valuable to them. A lot of people either coming on their lunch break, a lot of people coming right before work, a lot of people is coming in between meetings, right? So you have to be cautious of their time because you don't know what are they doing. Don't expect people to be off just because they're getting a haircut on their off day. It don't work like that all the time, especially the type of clientele that you want. That's not always the case, right? So being punctual is very important to retaining clientele, right? Presentation, how you present yourself. And what that embodies is the way you dress, how clean your area is, how do you present them, right? How do you greet them, right? And just your overall presentation of your workspace. Presentation, outside of being punctual, it is kind of the biggest framework of it all, right? Because it's what are you presenting to them, right? Obviously, they probably came to you because they might have seen some pictures on social media, word of mouth, or even online, Google, whatever the case may be. But when they come there actually to your business, to your barbershop, to your suite, wherever you at, the presentation matters, right? First, what's the saying? I don't remember saying, but the presentation matters, right? So again, that entails the way you dress, the way that you talk, speak, greet them, cleanliness of your area, and how neat it is, right? How professional things look, right? Music goes into that as well, right? And just overall presentation. And then lastly, I want to give you, and mind you, these are just key bullet points. It's not in a detail video on client retention. It's just key bullet points, right? So another bullet point that I want to give you is before they leave, especially if they're first time, right? Try to get them to book again. Ask them how frequent do they get their haircuts. How fast do their hair usually grows. Stuff like actually recommend certain days for them to come. So for me, my core clientele, I try to get them to come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Because we all know how Fridays and Saturdays can get at the barbershop and on your cutting days, right? It can get pretty hectic. So for them to get their spot secured, I usually have them booked between Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's just me, right? And I leave Fridays, Saturdays open for a lot of new clients or just high volume clients, right? Stuff like that. But anyways, ask them how frequent they get their haircut. For me, I have my own mobile app, right? So a lot of time for first time clients, they usually find me online, Google, social media or stuff, right? And not from the app. So when they get here or before they leave, I ask them to download my app so they can book with me that way. And it's just an easier way just to, instead of, again, going online. And it's my own personal app, no third party, no like Booksy, The Cut, Stylesy, none of that. Is my own personal app, right? So while I'm on their phone, on their wallpaper, basket, whatever, however I'm on their phone and their folders, they see me and it's going to be reminded, hey, oh man, I need to get a haircut, right? Just by scrolling on their phone, they see my app and they're going to automatically think haircut. You know, not the Booksy app, not The Cut, not Stylesy, none of that. My personal app, when they see that on their phone, it's a reminder that they need a haircut. And so when they see that on their phone, it's easy for them to go in, book, and go from there, right? Or I put them on my schedule before they leave, right? And on my schedule, just sending out frequent reminders as well, so they won't forget, right? Or I put them on a standardized scheduling format every other week, once a month, whatever, like that, right? But what I'm getting at is try to have them booked ahead of time instead of them waiting last minute thinking, oh man, I need a haircut, and then they want to come to you. All right. So that's another way how I retain a lot of my clients. But again, the most part, it's just professionalism. That's what it all boils down to. How I speak to them, certain topics that we talk about. A lot of topics, especially first-time clients, you want to stay away from, like religion, politics, sexual orientation. You want to stay away from them type of topics. But as you build your relationship, as you get to know them more and they get to know you more, you can kind of dive deeper in certain topics. But for the beginning, you want to refrain, especially from those top three, religion, politics, sexual orientation. You just don't want to do that. But professionalism, right? How you, again, present yourself, how you smell, right? Just put on some cologne. Your breath, is your breath funky? Pop in some gum. I have gum in my station, mints in my station. So I always stay fresh and clean at all times. Make sure your fingernails clean, right? For all the smokers out there, make sure you don't have the smoke scent on you. Make sure the smoke scent is not in your fingernails. Make sure it's not in your clothes. Make sure the smoke not in your hair or your breath, right? I'm not saying you gotta, stop smoking. I don't smoke, but a lot of people just don't like that smell, don't like that scent, right? And you gotta think about, like, you cutting different types of people. You don't want to just cut people that's just like you, right? Because you're gonna be in the same state of mind. You're gonna be in the same place. It's no elevation there, right? You want to cut people that's different from you. That's not the same as you. It's no other way I can put it, right? So again, with that, you want to make sure you stay fresh and clean at all times, right? Your station, clean at all times. They want to see you sanitizing. They want to eat in the in-between cuts. They like to see you cleaning your tools and sanitizing it. Before they sit in my chair, I have a duster and I dust it. It may already be clean. I may already dust it. But by them visually seeing that, I'm being intentional with being clean. It's just a plus, right? It's a plus, I promise you. Make sure your cape is fresh. A lot of y'all got dirty, nasty capes. Keep it, wash them, right? Have more than one, right? So, again, professionalism, it's going to take you far in this industry. You don't want to just be a hustling barber that's just hustling cuts and doing it as a hobby, getting quick cash. No, this can be a lucrative business. I'm in it. I'm doing it myself. I'm a living witness to this, I promise you. And I'm giving you this free game, these free tips to help you get yourself to the next level. Right? I'm being intentional how I'm speaking, because some of y'all may not think barbering can be like that for you, and it can. You just have to change your mindset, change your surroundings, right? Let go of some of those bad vices that you have, and you can elevate. I promise you, right? I promise you. You will see a growth in your money. You will see a growth within yourself, right? So again, if you're not already, like and subscribe to this channel for more free barber game, and turn on your notifications so you can get updates on new videos like this.